We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here by my brother Tim, and today we have another slate of MLB to go over. We got a couple college basketball games or college football games, to look at here. So it should be a fun slate of games for today. And one thing I have noticed is we are missing a couple of lines here in the MLB. Currently, there's 11 lines, 11 games we will be going over. And then two college football games. We have Coastal Carolina hosting the Kansas Jayhawks, and then we have UTEP at Boise State. So it should be a fun night. So, but before we get into all of that, you guys know what we do. Before we get into today's slates, we get to go and take a look back at what happened yesterday. We'll kick it off with baseball here. The two teams that I doubled up on both lost on both ends of that bet. Philadelphia first five and full game run lines did not cash. LA Dodgers first five and full game run lines did not cash. I did get a cash from Cleveland and Minnesota first five under 4.5. And I did get a cash from Kansas City and Baltimore first five under 4.5 as well. So it was a good day there. So overall, I can't complain. And then on to football last night. They made me sweat a little bit, but I did cash both my plays starting off football 2-0. We did get the over. I think that cashed in like the third quarter. It was a rather easy over cash there. And then I had to wait until 2 seconds left in the game for Ryan Suckup to hit that game-winning field goal, which cashed my team total over for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No sweat, never in doubt. Tom Brady gets the job done, and the Buccaneers win the game, and they cash the team total over 30 for me there, starting the NFL season off 2-0. Love to see it. How was your day yesterday, Tim?
Oh, it was actually really good. On all of our baseball bets, unfortunately with the Dodger Cardinal game, I did win I won the free pick, but it was no longer Julio Urias, it was Gosselin, and I bet it the night before, so my personal bet pushed, which kind of sucks, but it was a winning bet nonetheless. Did have the under in that Minnesota-Cleveland game, easy cash. And our best bet in baseball yesterday was the Toronto Blue Jays. Took care of the Yankees, 4 games, swept them. So that should be fantastic. Yankees coming in now, going into horrible form, going into that Subway Series. As a Mets fan, cannot be more happy with that. I also had the under in that Mets game last night where the Mets lost, but ultimately, it was a good MLB day. Our WNBA play lost for the second day in a row. Still highly positive on that one this year in that sport. And then that NFL game, I got the over. I got the Dallas +8 or +9, whatever it was. And because of that stupid field goal at the end of the game, I sprinkled a little bit on the Dallas money line during game time decision. I couldn't cash my 370 play because of that last second field goal. Kind of sucks. But ultimately, still a profitable night. My only losses yesterday were OG to sweep and that WNBA game. So ultimately, really nice to see. Highly profitable day and ready to move on out.
All right. Look at the chat real quick. Facebook user says, looks like you just rolled out of bed, Tim. Get some sleep.
Who said that?
Facebook user.
Yeah, no, it's I'll look.
And then KJ says, what's up, bros? Yeah, the Phillies let us all down yesterday. They were playing Colorado, which is a horrible road team. So definitely not something we were expecting there. But we will get into today's slate. Why don't we? We still have a decent amount of action to go over for today. We'll kick it on off here. The Toronto Blue Jays are at the Baltimore Orioles in this one. you can get the Toronto Blue Jays here for minus 275. It's a plus 245 run back here on the Orioles. Total of 9.5 in this game. Robbie Ray, Chris Ellis, the pitching matchup for this one. And where are you looking to kick off today's slate?
I'm looking to pass on the first game of today's slate. I think the line's just way too wide. It would be Toronto or nothing. They've been on fire lately. Still 9 out of their last 10. But this team just 4 games swept the New York Yankees. Their last loss was they have not lost so far in September. Their last loss was on the 31st against the Orioles. Cannot speak. So I think they get the job done again today. They're making a push for this wild card spot, and they're definitely making up some ground. If my phone will load and show me what the wild card stuff says, I think they're half game back or tied up at this point. Okay, thanks phone. I appreciate it. All right, whatever. All I know is that it's a very close standings right now. So Toronto really making that push, and they're doing
half game
back. Appreciate it. So I think they beat up on the bad teams like they should. Robbie Ray's pitching, who is possibly a Cy Young candidate. I think that Robbie Ray should be the Cy Young at the moment. So I think you get a solid game out of him. Go with Toronto in this one, but obviously I'm not laying a minus 274 or a minus 170 on the run line, so not interested.
Yeah, looking at this game, by the way, you mentioned that the Toronto Blue Jays did 4 games sweep the Yankees. I actually saw an interesting stat about that 4-game sweep. Toronto put a statement on in New York this weekend. This was the first time the Yankees were 4 games swept without a lead in any game in 1,254 game series. I think the last time they were swept without a lead in a 4-game series was all the way in the 1920s. To give you an idea of what Toronto did this week against those New York Yankees. But looking at this pitching matchup here, Robbie Ray 11-5 with a 2.60 ERA, 0.99 WHIP, and 166 innings pitched. He has 212 strikeouts and 41 walks. On the other side, Ellis is 1-0, a 2.16 ERA, a 0.9 WHIP, 16 and 2/3 innings pitched this season, 14 strikeouts and 5 walks. And this Tampa Bay Rays team should absolutely be able to hit Chris Ellis today. And looking at this matchup, I really I like the Blue Jays in this one, obviously enough. But I'm going to take them first 5 run line here, lay a little bit of chalk at minus 160. Robbie Ray, the current second best odds to win the American League Cy Young Award. I think he'll have another strong outing here to help try to cement him a little bit closer to Garrett Cole in that AL Cy Young race, which I think Robbie Ray should be leading this. He's been that good this year, and I think Garrett Cole is only leading it because, well, he's Garrett Cole and he plays for the Yankees. Granted, he is having a good season as well. Robbie Ray is having the best, I think, pitching season in the American League this season, overall pitching-wise. But, yeah, I like the first 5 innings for these Toronto Blue Jays, minus 160 in this game. And now it's minus 165, so I beat a 5-cent line movement. But I do like the Blue Jays in this spot. Moving over to the chat. Marcos, what's up, my favorite guys? Let's get this cash. Let's cash today and hit the like button. I appreciate it. Morning, fellas. MLB is some tricky stuff for me. Looking for some winners. Hopefully, we'll have some there. What a hell of a football game last night between Bucks and Dallas. Much respect to Dallas. They came to play. Dak was awesome. Yeah, Dak Prescott showed me last night that Dallas may be a bet-on team. Well, during the season here, they almost won them 9.5 points cash that took Dallas. Yeah. Dallas was a spot where plus 9.5. Yeah. The only reason why that moved from 7 to 9, though, is for teaser protections, which if you teased the Tampa game, you didn't cash Tampa. So, AM Massacre is saying, considering the Toronto run line minus 1.5 at plus 102, I don't know where you're seeing plus 102 for Toronto.
He's getting minus 1.5 runs.
Yeah, Toronto. Oh, Toronto first 5 minus. I didn't read the first 5. Yeah, that I would definitely be down for that. Let's go. What do you think of the Tampa game? I think the Bucks played really well last night. That was. Are you thinking? Are you talking about the next game? We're going to be going over Tampa Bay and Detroit. I got a feeling it's going to be a good football season this year. What a way to start off with the first game. Absolutely 2-0 start. I'm so happy with the way it started last night. Overcast, team total overcast. My app has a boost on Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, Milwaukee. What do you think? Usually when there's a boost on a sports book, I don't look to bet it at all.
Is that a parlay?
Yes, it'll be a boosted parlay or something like that. Tampa Bay will get into, Cincinnati and Milwaukee. Okay, we'll get into those as well. About Tampa Bay, we're going to take a look here. Tampa Bay Rays are at the Detroit Tigers in this one. You can get the Rays for around a -150. It's a +140 run back here on these Detroit Tigers. Some money coming in on the Tigers so far this morning. And looking at this matchup here, though, we get Michael Wacha and Matthew Boyd, the pitching matchup. Wacha is 3-4 this year with a 5.54 ERA, a 1.43 WHIP. He has 102 thirds innings pitched, 48 strikeouts, and 26 walks. On the other side, Matthew Boyd is 3-8 with a 3.89 ERA, a 1.27 WHIP, and 78 and 2/3 innings pitched, 67 strikeouts, and 23 walks. And looking at this matchup here, I feel repetitive on this, Tim. I'm going Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay first 5 and full game run lines. I think that this should be absolute domination here for Tampa Bay. Matthew Boyd has not looked good this year. He's 3-8. He does have a halfway decent ERA with that 3.89 ERA, but overall, Detroit doesn't win for him. And I can see the Rays being able to score some runs off of him as well, especially in the top of that lineup. They do have some decent right-handed bats. So I'm going Tampa Bay first 5 and full game run line. Tampa Bay has made us some money here. They have the bullpen advantage. That's why I'm also going with the full game run line as well. They have their third best bullpen in the major leagues, and Detroit has the 25th. So overall, I'm going with Detroit or Tampa Bay here. First 5 run line. You can get that, I believe, at +105 now, and the full game run line is a -103 on our book.
Yeah, I know. Wake up in the morning and bet the Tampa Bay Rays. That's pretty much been the deal for us the past 2 weeks. It's been making us money. I know they're 6-10 their last 10 games. So
6-4.
6-4. They've won 6 out of their last 10. You know what? I mixed them both. But no, I do like Tampa in this one. It's against Matthew Boyd, who hasn't really pitched much this year. Michael Wacha is a little bit questionable to me, but overall, I don't mind betting him right now. This Tampa Bay team, I know they are good all around. They're a really good road team, 43-26, and they're going up against a team that I'm not really too impressed with right now in the Detroit Tigers. Detroit's lost 6 out of the last 10 games. Matthew Boyd hasn't pitched much this year, and when he has, he's been all right at best. And he's only going to be going 5 innings maybe, and then you get that Detroit bullpen, which is one of the worst in the league. So Tampa Bay is definitely the spot. I'll probably have a bet on them all 3 games of the series, but it's got to be run line because they're up to like a -160 at this point.
It's -150.
Still, I'd rather go after the run line.
Fair enough. That's the Tampa Bay game. All right, moving on. We have the Milwaukee Brewers at the Cleveland Indians in this one. The Brewers only a -135 in this game, +126 the other way with the Indians. A total of 9 in this game. We get Adrian Hauser and Eli Morgan, the pitching matchup for this one. Total of 9. Where are you looking at for this matchup?
Yeah, I went right after Milwaukee. Milwaukee's once again another one of those really good road teams. I think they're statistically one of the best road teams in the league. Just want to pull that up. Statistically, they are the best road team in baseball. Milwaukee at 46-24. Not the most profitable, but we're not going to get really into that. They're actually the second most profitable away team. The only one that's more profitable than them is the Giants. But Milwaukee is a really, really good road team. And they're going up against a Cleveland team that just lost 3 out of 4 games to the Minnesota Twins, which I'm happy that they won yesterday because of that now. They're the second team this year, 69-69.
Grow up.
You know what? You got to
joking.
appreciate it. So I do really like the Milwaukee Brewers. I got them at -135. I really think it's a solid spot for them. I like Adrian Hauser. I'm not really too big of a fan of Eli Morgan. So Milwaukee in this matchup -135.
Yeah, looking at this pitching matchup here, we have Adrian Hauser, who's 8-6 this season with a 3.41 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 121 in the third innings pitched, 93 strikeouts and 53 walks. On the other side, Eli Morgan is 2-6 with a 5.48 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, and 67 and a third innings pitched. He does have 68 strikeouts and 19 walks. I'm not overly impressed with Eli Morgan either. And the thing is, though, one thing I've noticed is that this line has dropped. Milwaukee opened as a -160 favorite. They're now down to a -135, which is kind of concerning for me. A lot of money has come in on Cleveland overnight, and I just don't understand why. Eli Morgan's not that great. I am kind of backing Eli Morgan here, though, in a way. I'm on the first 5 under. I think that this is going to be a low-scoring game here. Cleveland has trended towards the under. 7 of their last 10 games and 4 in a row have gone under for Cleveland. I do like Adrian Hauser. I think he's a decent pitcher, and both these offenses, or at least Cleveland's offense, has struggled as of late. So even with Eli Morgan pitching, I think that he can get a little bit of a decent performance here from him today. So I'm going to go with the first 5 under 5 runs here between the Milwaukee Brewers. Actually, I think it's 4.5 runs. First 5 under, 5 between Milwaukee and Cleveland for this matchup.
Sounds good. I think we get to move on to our favorite matchup of the day.
Appreciate it. Thank you for always reading off of the stats. And yeah, I mean, we like to try to break down these games as well. We like to talk through them as well. So it's more than just, I'm going with this play. Next. And we can always do that on free pick videos when we're on. Yeah, we can always go quick like that if we're doing free picks or stuff like that, like short videos. But during a show like this, we want to break down all these games. We want to be able to talk it out, and we want to actually have a conversation with the chat as well when breaking down these games because we want to hear other people's inputs as well. Bobby Guerrero saying Cardinals, Indians, Mets, and Rockies all live dogs today. I can see it. I can see it.
Not Indians because I'm already on the who do you call it?
Yeah.
Rockies. Rockies are against Philadelphia. I don't mind that.
Yeah. But we're moving on here. Subway Series, game number 1. The New York Yankees are at the New York Mets in this one, -120 for the Yankees. It's a +110 for the Mets. A total of 8 in this game. Jordan Montgomery and Taylor McGill, the pitching matchup for this one, should be a fun game here. Montgomery is 5-5 with a 3.47 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, and 135 innings pitched, 131 strikeouts, and 43 walks. On the other side, Taylor McGill, 2-4 with a 4.20 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, 70 2/3 innings pitched, 78 strikeouts, and 19 walks. And the Mets are getting the Yankees at the perfect time right now. The Yankees are really struggling at this moment. They've lost 6 in a row, 8 of their last 10 games. The Mets, though, are not looking good either. They've lost back-to-back games against Miami. And we thought, oh, cool. Now they're playing Washington and Miami. They should be able to win games. 7 games they've played, I think they've won 2 or 3 of them. They've gone 3-4 against Washington and Miami. Very concerning for anyone hoping for a Mets playoff run there. It's not going to happen. So for this game, looking at it, I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch this as a fan. I'm a Mets fan, so I'm not really trying to get involved. Between these two teams right now that are struggling, the side or the total, none of them interest me at all. So this is a simple pass for me. Lean towards the dog, but no action here.
Yeah, I will say this game has one of my 2 locks for the night, guys. They're locked, so you got to make sure you bet them. I have New York winning this game. You're welcome. But in all reality, I will not bet a Mets-Yankees game just because I'm a Mets fan. So therefore, it is biased. So there's no way I'm betting against the Mets on the Yankees during the Subway Series. And I don't want to say I'm going out and betting the Mets because that would seem biased, even though I probably would lean the Mets in this one just because the Yankees have lost, 6 straight games. So it would be a lean towards the Mets, but I'm not going to bet it because it seems biased because I'm a Mets fan. And yeah, you'll never see me put an official play out for a Mets-Yankees series or if the Mets make the playoffs. Because during those times, I will be a fan and I will not be a capper just because I cannot bet against my Mets during a Subway Series or in the playoffs. So I'm passing on this game, but I will definitely be watching along with tomorrow's game as well.
Yeah, and I actually just got an interesting alert here from CBS Sports involving college football here. The Big 12 is extending invites to four new teams to be joining the Big 12 potentially in the future, probably in the next couple of years. Houston, BYU, UCF, and Cincinnati. And honestly, I think this would be a great move for all 4 of those schools because if UCF or Cincinnati plays the way they played last year or a couple of years before that, they can actually make the college football playoffs. So I thought that was a little interesting tidbit there of sports information for you guys. Also, we'll go back to the chat here. So good luck with the first 5 under. Appreciate it. Crazy Cloud saying the Yankees. I mean, it's a Subway Series game. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
JR, good morning, my boys. Good morning, man. Last night was embarrassing for the Mets, losing last minute. Yeah, it was not a fun game. It is what it is, though. We'll move on to our next game here. We have the Miami Marlins at the Atlanta Braves. This is our best bet over on picks and parlays. If you guys want to check that out, link to that in the description of the video down below.
But before we jump into it, we normally don't plug it that often, but we're going to start plugging it more. picksandparlays.net/game time, 50% off all of our premium plays for the 7-day pass. We only mention this now because tomorrow and Sunday we'll have a bunch of plays. Tomorrow, college football will have at least 15 plays for our premiums, at least. And that's just college football, not including our MLB plays, college MLB, WNBA, any of those stuff. That will be extra on top of it. And then NFL will have at least 5 plays in the NFL on Sunday. So just stay tuned for that. If you want 50% off, I believe it's $89. If you use the promo code KICK, yes, you can get an additional 20% off. So you can get 7 days of our premium plays for about $10 a day, $71 for a 7-day pass, which with the amount of games that you're going to be getting, and even during the week, we'll have at least 3 baseball, a WNBA if there's a game, and then there's always some type of college football or NFL 5 days of the week. So besides Tuesday, Wednesday, we're not going to really get as much right now until the MAC conference starts up. So there is value in this stuff. So just figured I'd throw it out there if anybody was interested.
And it also does include our circa $1 million contest pick. We're a part of a group of 5 for that. That includes our circa pick on Sunday as well.
Yeah, we're in a circuit group with me and Nick, Craig Trapp, Sean Higgs, Scott Rickenbach, and Nick Parsons. So me and Nick will have our best bet, aka our circa bet pick, every single week. So if you guys want to get that, link in the description below for that one.
All right. Moving on here, Kansas City Royals are at the Minnesota Twins in this one. Twins are minus 120, plus 110 the other way with the Royals. Total of 9.5 in this game. We're getting Daniel Lynch and Griffin Jacks for this matchup. What are you looking at for this game?
Yeah, I already put the scroller on the bottom. I pass on this one. I'm just not interested. If anything, I think the best bet for this one will be the under. Kansas City under in 7 out of the last 10. Minnesota 8 out of their last 10. So it could be a good spot to go under in this game, but it's a 1-800-GAMBLER game. I'm not too interested in going after it. So I'm laying off for today.
Yeah, looking at this game, I think the under could be a nice play as well. Kansas City has gone under in 7 of their last 10. Minnesota's gone under in 8 of their last 10. But looking at the pitchers here, Daniel Lynch is 4-4 with a 5.29 ERA, a 1.67 WHIP, and 51 innings pitched, 43 strikeouts, and 23 walks. On the other side, Jax is 3-3 with a 6.79 ERA, a 1.41 WHIP, and 58 in the third innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, and 23 walks. And looking at this matchup here, little tidbit for the video coming out at 12:30. Minnesota is part of it. I do like the Minnesota money line here for that video that I posted out. That's going to be posting in about 2 hours, but I'm not going to tell anything else about that one. But overall, for this overall plays, I'm not going to be betting anything this game. It'd be lean towards the under, lean towards Minnesota, but not betting it other than the video.
Yeah, sounds good. You're good. Go to the comments. Good morning, bros. Let's make some money. Good morning, Tiffany. Kansas City, good price.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's a plus money, I guess. The thing is, Kansas City has not played well. 3-7 their last 10. So I don't know if I could really back them that much right now.
Exactly. Moving on, Los Angeles Angels are at the Houston Astros. Minus 190 for the Astros here. It's a plus 175 for these Angels. A total of 7.5 in this game. Framber Valdez and Shohei Ohtani, your pitching matchup for this one. And looking at that pitching matchup, it should be a halfway decent one. Shohei Ohtani, where's his consideration for Cy Young?
Doesn't have enough innings.
9-1 with a 2.97 ERA, a 1.07 WHIP, and 112 innings pitched, 135 strikeouts, and 41 walks. The guy's pretty decent at pitching too after smacking 43 home runs. Framber Valdez 9-5, a 3.08 ERA, a 1.23 WHIP, 111 innings pitched, 103 strikeouts, and 45 walks. And I love the Angels in this spot. Angels first 5 because obviously the Astros have a much better bullpen than the Angels do. I have the Astros ranked 15th in MLB with the Angels ranked 24th in bullpen ERA. And looking at the spot, it's still plus 160. Shohei Ohtani and the Angels first 5 innings. I think this absolutely is a great line here, plus 160. Honestly, Shohei Ohtani, if there's ever a lock in baseball this year, it's Shohei Ohtani to win the Cy Young, or to win the MVP, my bad. I think he can get injured today and be out the rest of the season and still run away with the award. I don't care about Vlad Jr. or Aaron Judge or any other players you think can come anywhere close to the MVP here. I think that Shohei Ohtani is an absolute lock, and I don't say that often. But there's a good reason why. He's doing this on the mound. He's leading the major leagues.
He's a minus 7,500.
I was going to say he's a minus 7,500. That's just say everything you need to know about Shohei Ohtani this year. And we're getting plus 160 to back him in the first 5 innings. Yes, I know this is at Houston. He is a really good pitcher as well. So I'm going Angels here, first 5, plus the 160 in this one today.
Yeah, I really wanted to go over in this game. I know it's 2 really good pitchers, but I feel like both of them can get tagged. These offenses are good enough for them to score. And we've seen Shohei Ohtani get tagged up before. A couple of times. By the way, you were asking about Shohei Ohtani's Cy Young. He's plus 2,800 to win the Cy Young right now. He doesn't have enough innings to really make a shot for it. So I'm not really too interested in going after that. But I do think the Angels definitely have a shot in this game. I think the line's a little bit too widespread for that. I think there's definitely value on that side, but ultimately I decided to not bet this game. Not interested in it. If anything, lean towards the over because it is a 7.5 line, and I think that these teams can score. So, lean towards the over, but I didn't bet it.
He's made 20 starts so far this season, and he's given up more than 3 runs, 4 earned runs or more only 3 times this season, where you said we've gotten lit up. I only see 1 time he's been truly lit up because 2 times he's given up 4 runs and 5 innings pitched. The only time he got truly lit up was that one game against the Yankees where he did walk 4 batters in 2/3 of an innings pitched and give up 7 earned runs. That's the only time he truly got quote-unquote lit up. He's had great starts every other start, and the Angels are actually very successful in his starts. So I think that this is a good spot for Shohei and the Angels.
Okay. We'll go ahead and move on to the game that I have my second lock of the night on.
Oh, yeah, you're going to lock the Sox, right?
You suck.
We have the Chicago White Sox and the Boston Red Sox, minus 150 for the White Sox, plus 140 for the Red Sox. Total of 8.5 in this game. TJ Hoyk taking on Carlos Rodon in this matchup. Hoyk is 0-3 with a 3.26 ERA, a 1.15 whip, and 49 2/3 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts and 12 walks. On the other side, Rodon is 11-5 with a 2.41 ERA, a 0.98 whip, and 119 2/3 innings pitched, 168 strikeouts and 32 walks. Rodon, one of the leading pitchers for that Cy Young award. I think he's one of the top 5 in the odds for it, and well deserved here. He's having a nice little resurgence here. I think comeback player of the year potentially for him as well, because he did have all those different surgeries to now be able to be in the top running for the Cy Young. He threw the no-hitter earlier in this year, and it's 100% a lean towards this first 5 run line for the Chicago White Sox, if not full game run line at plus 127. I think the Chicago White Sox should be able to take care of business today. I didn't pull the trigger on either of those plays yet. I have a feeling I might, but right now it's only a lean towards the White Sox in the first 5 and full game run lines.
Yeah, I did go after the run line for Chicago. I know they just came off of a bad series against the A's, but now they get to go up against the Red Sox, who haven't been particularly that good lately. So I think that, especially in this matchup, Rondon 100% has the pitching matchup over Hoyk. So I do really like Chicago in this matchup. I think they get the job done. White Sox are a really good home team. So I like Chicago in this matchup. I grabbed them on the run line plus 127 today.
Yeah, and it's Tanner Hoyk. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. My bad.
What was I saying?
TJ. No, I said TJ as well. No, but it's Tanner.
It's Hoyk. It's Hoyk.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a lean for me. So we'll move on. Next game. This is actually one of my favorite games of the day. Cincinnati Reds are at the St. Louis Cardinals in this one. The Reds are minus 120 in this game, plus 110 the other way with the Cardinals. Total 8.5 in this game. Tyler Mahle and John Lester, your pitching matchup for this one. What are you looking at for this game?
Yeah, I passed on this one. I just didn't really get into it. It just, I didn't see a good side on either one. I kept teetering back and forth, and when that happens, you don't bet the game. Tyler Mahle against John Lester. If anything, I would give Lester the slight pitching advantage in this one, just because ever since he's come to St. Louis, he's been really solid. So therefore, it would be a lean towards St. Louis as well for me. Nothing really that I got involved in with this game. Didn't bet it, but definitely a lean towards St. Louis in this one.
Yeah, looking at this pitching matchup, it should be a good one. Tyler Mahle, 11-5 with a 3.76 ERA, a 1.21 whip, and 153 1/3 innings pitched, 182 strikeouts and 54 walks. On the other side, John Lester is 5-6, a 4.89 ERA, a 1.58 whip, 112 1/3 innings pitched, 76 strikeouts and 44 walks, and he 100% deserved to get the win in his last start, which unfortunately ended with a walk-off grand slam by Daniel Vogelbach. That was that game. And yeah, Lester, one thing that I've noticed he has been doing since he's gotten to St. Louis, only been cashing us a bunch of first 5 tickets against Kansas City, against Milwaukee, against Detroit, against Cincinnati, against Milwaukee. John Lester has been cashing some pretty nice tickets here, and he's been pitching much better as of late. I think St. Louis is the place he needed to be, not in Washington. And Tyler Mahle, he is pitching really well in this season as well with that 11-5 record and a 3.76 ERA. So I'm not totally bashing Mahle here. One thing with Cincinnati is they are actually halfway decent on the road. 36-34, which is not bad. They are playing a St. Louis team that is 37-32 at home, and the St. Louis is coming off of back-to-back wins versus LA, so they're coming in feeling good. And then Cincinnati has lost 7 of their last 10 games, so they've been a team that I've been looking to fade recently, and I'm going to do that today. And I'm going to double up here. Both of them are plus 110. I took St. Louis first 5 money line and full game money line, as I have St. Louis as the better bullpen as well. I have St. Louis ranked 18th, and I have Cincinnati ranked 28th in the MLB for bullpens. So I think that the bullpen advantage is with St. Louis in this game as well. Give me the Cardinals here, first 5 and full game money lines, plus 110 and plus 110.
I like it. We'll go ahead and move on. We got 2 baseball games left, and then we have our 2 college football that we're going to go over. So,
we are going with, we're looking at the Texas Rangers at the Oakland Athletics in this one, minus 175 for the Athletics, plus 161 for the Rangers. Total of 8.5 in this game. We're getting Glenn Otto and Paul Blackburn for this matchup here. Otto is 0-0 with a 1.86 ERA, a .72 WHIP, and 9 2/3 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts and 1 walk. Blackburn on the other side, 0-2, a 4.12 ERA, a 1.42 WHIP, and 19 2/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts and 4 walks. And look at this matchup here. I almost pulled the trigger on a side in this game, and it was with the dog. Unfortunately, the first 5 line was just not where I wanted it to be. I was hoping it was going to be a plus 160, plus 165 with the Rangers, and it was a 145. Because I do think Glenn Otto is a slightly better pitcher than Paul Blackburn. And these Rangers are coming in, winning 7 of their last 10 games, winning 4 in a row. They just swept, I believe, the Diamondbacks. I know it's the Diamondbacks, but they got the sweep there. They're coming in playing good baseball. So definitely be a lean towards the Rangers in this spot. As crazy as that sounds, another thing that really kept me off this game, though, is they are 20 and 51 on the road. And this Texas team, you can only trust them so much. So I needed a little bit more plus money if I wanted to jump on the Rangers here. And that's just not going to happen in this matchup here against the Athletics in this game.
Yeah, I went the exact opposite way, Nick. I did grab Oakland. I grabbed them on the run line. Oakland's really good home team, 39 and 32. And the big thing, Texas, 20 and 51 on the road. Not a side that I'm willing to back. I really couldn't care less about the pitching matchup. I just think that the bats of the Oakland Athletics are going to do a lot more than what the Rangers can do. So I'm going with the Oakland Athletics on the run line in this game. I just think this game should be more of a blowout, and I got plus money for it. All right, Oakland. Did I not type that in? I didn't type that in.
Plus 105.
I got Oakland run line last night at plus 105. I forgot to put it into my plays, which is kind of weird, but let me go do that now. But, I like Oakland in this matchup. Sorry, I forgot to put that in earlier.
Understandable. Yeah. We'll move on to the last game, though. This should be a good way to end the slate here. We have the San Diego Padres at the LA Dodgers in this one. Joe Musgrove, Julio Urias, the pitching matchup here. Minus 150 for the Dodgers, plus 140 for these Padres. Total of 8 in this game. Where are you looking at for the final game of the night?
Yeah, this is the baseball game I did my free pick video on last night. And I'm sticking with it. I'm going under. Joe Musgrove, Julio Urias, both of them been pitching solid this year. Musgrove 10 and 8, 2.87 ERA. Julio Urias, where is his Cy Young area?
Right?
16 and 3 with a 3.11 ERA. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball this year.
And he's not even close enough to be 28-1 with Gausman.
No. Which is a little bit crazy to think of, but no, I do like I do like the under in this game. I think it's going to be a solid pitching duel where it's going to end up being 1-0 going into the 7th, and I think we get a solid game out of it. And keep in mind with these Padre Dodger games, they're very, very competitive and they're very low scoring. It's like a playoff-esque baseball game right now. These two teams would be playing in the wild card game, so it could be a very interesting game. So going with the under in this one between the Padres and the Dodgers, I just think we're going to get a really good pitching duel out of it.
Yeah, this should absolutely be a fun game and a great pitching matchup. Joe Musgrove is 10 and 8 this year. He's a San Diego version of DeGrom, where he's 10 and 8 but 2.87 ERA, 1.01 WHIP. He just doesn't get any run support. 153 and 2/3 innings pitched. He does have 173 strikeouts and 40 walks. On the other side, I think this is the Dodgers' second best pitcher with Julio Urias. 16. Oh, Scherzer. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I think I like Julio Urias a little bit better. 16-3 this season, a 3.11 ERA, a 1.05 WHIP, and 156 and a third innings pitched, 168 strikeouts and 32 walks. So looking at this matchup here, here's how we're going to approach this. Dodgers are at home, where they're 43-26, compared to San Diego on the road, where they suck, where they're 30-34. Both teams have won 6 of their last 10 games. The Dodgers are the better overall team. The Dodgers have the pitching advantage. The Dodgers have the bullpen advantage. The Dodgers have the home field advantage. And overall, they have the better current form advantage as well. Also, they have the number 1 ranked pitching staff in the league, 2.98 runs per game allowed, which is number 1 in the MLB. Even though they are missing Bauer and they're missing Kershaw and they're missing some of their bullpen pieces. It's crazy what this Dodgers team can do when they're throwing out David Price and Mitch White and Knievel and Gonsolin, and they're still putting up these great pitching numbers. They're basically saying, hey, whatever pitcher you throw out there, whatever pitcher we throw out there, we don't care. We're still going to beat you. And today they actually have one of their better pitchers on the mound. So with all that being said, give me the Dodgers in the first 5 innings on the run line, and give me the Dodgers full game on the run line as well. I think they absolutely dominate this game against the San Diego Padres. I can see a 7-2 type of game going down, where or like one of those type of games where it's a 6-0, 7-0, 8-1, where the Dodgers take care of business and they cover the run line easily.
Let's get it. That's everything for baseball. Sup, Lex. And Tanya, welcome to the stream. Let's make some money. Guys. Of course. You like the over in Tampa Bay?
I can get behind that.
And the Detroit. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think Tampa Bay can hit, so that kind of works. But that's everything for baseball. We'll go ahead. We have 2 college football games for you guys. We'll go ahead and start off with this one.
Yes, we are looking at the Kansas Jayhawks at the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. 26.5 point favorites are these Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Minus 4,000 on the money line, plus 1,500 the other way with the Kansas Jayhawks. Total of 52.5 in this game. And looking at this matchup here, let me get up football on this site here. I'm seeing 84% of the tickets, 98% of the money on the over in this game. And I'm seeing 71% of the tickets, 77% of the money on Coastal Carolina. Now, the only thing with the over in this game that really worries me is having Kansas have to contribute, because I think that's going to be a spot where I don't particularly trust Kansas to give me many points. And I do like looking at where all the money is going. It's telling me Coastal Carolina in the over. So the way I approach this game is I'm taking Kansas's offense completely out of this game. I'm taking the over 39.5 points with Coastal Carolina. I think this is a spot where you can see a 43-6 type of game, an absolute blowout, or even like a 49-6, like something along those lines, where it's going to be an absolute blowout in this game. And I think that Coastal Carolina absolutely gets at least 40 points in this game. So team total over 39.5 for Coastal Carolina in this game for me.
Yeah, I just went over in general. I expect something out of Kansas. Coastal Carolina could probably do the over by themselves. I just don't mess with team totals. I know I like to just, because if anything happens where Coastal Carolina doesn't score as much and Kansas somehow pulls off a win or something in this game, and they both score a crazy amount, a decent amount of points, which would have to be at least 26 each, I can get that over. So I do like the over in this game. I do think Coastal Carolina absolutely smashes in this spot. Minus 26.5 would be interesting as well. I'm just not going to lay that at the moment. So over in this game, over the 52 is where I'm liking.
Yeah. I like Mill
Milwaukee over. I don't mind it. I have Milwaukee in general. And then Stimmy said hi. I'm guessing Stimmy took a break from this grinder group.
Yeah. But moving on to our final matchup of the day, the UTEP Miners are at the Boise State Broncos in this one. Boise State, a slight minus 26 favorite. I believe they're down to around minus 25 now. Once again, minus 4,000 on the money line, 1,500 run back on UTEP in this game. Total of 57 in this one. Where are you looking at for this one, Tim?
I went UTEP. I got them at plus 26 last night. It's just with college football, because there's so many games, I don't like to look at each team individually. I like to look at the numbers. 67% of the tickets are in on UTEP. 84% of the money is in on UTEP as well. And the line, it's actually getting a little bit cheaper to bet Boise State, which makes sense because that's where the line's moving. So I'm happy. I got UTEP at plus 26 in this game. I believe it's now plus 25 or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's I got it.
I still like UTEP in this game. I think it's a solid spot. So UTEP plus 26 in this game.
Yeah, I just anticipate this being a low-scoring game. And looking at it, they felt like the entire week I said I wasn't going to have any money on these games, most likely. And then, bam, I've bet both these games now. And I've actually doubled up on I have 2 bets on this UTEP game here. Looking at where the tickets are going, 67% of the tickets on UTEP, 84% of the money. For the total, 68% of the tickets are on the over. 74% of the money is on the under in this game. So I'm going under 57 in this one. I think this is going to be one of those games where it may be a little bit higher scoring. It'll be like a 37 to 20, or not 37-20, but you know what I mean. But it's one of those games where we will see a little bit of scoring. It's not going to be a 10-3 type of game like we saw with Clemson and Georgia. But this is going to be a lower scoring game. I think this 20s line is going to hold out here. So I actually just added on UTEP plus the 25 points. I think that they are able to keep this game semi-close. And I think Boise State, this is going to be a good defensive game a little bit as well. So give me UTEP plus the 25 and give me the under in this game of 57 points.
Sounds good. That should be everything for today. We got all of our baseball games in. I will say we did get a line on that Giants and Cubbies game. It opened at 120. Giants are already up to minus 150. So you kind of missed that line movement.
Jeez.
Well, it's Leon versus Hendricks. So
or Hendricks.
No. But we don't have anything because we didn't really look at it. But before we jump into a recap of everything we bet today, little bit of housekeeping. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. If you guys want to check us all on our socials and everything, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook. And with those 5, A, all the links are in the description. And B, for every 100 followers on any of those platforms, so Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and Facebook, we'll do a 7-day premium play giveaway. So if you guys want to go check those out, follow all of our socials, obviously linked in the description. Picks and Parleys premium plays are both down below as well if you guys are interested in that. Once again, picksandparleys.net/game time gets you 50% off a 7-day package. Use the extra code KICK at checkout. You can get our 7-day package for around $71, which is about $10 a day. And with college football and everything coming up, we're going to have a lot of content and a lot of plays coming out. So you guys want to stay tuned for that. But we'll go. Picks and Parlay schedule. Craig did his show around 10. Me and Nick, we're going to be doing our show around 10 or 11 each day. Tuesdays and Thursdays will be 11. Every other day will be 10 a.m., at least for the football season and everything like that. Higgs, 12 o'clock today. Allie Burns and Morningwood at 1:30. And then game time decision at 6. Probably a total chaos tonight at 8:30, and then we'll go from there. So that should be everything. Let's go ahead and jump into a recap. I like the Blue Jays on the run line. I like Milwaukee. I like the White Sox on the run line. Oakland on the run line. The under in the San Diego game. And then for the college football games today, I like the over in the Coastal Carolina game, and I like UTEP plus 26.
Yeah, looking at it for me today, I got Tampa Bay first 5 and full game run line. Cleveland and Milwaukee first 5 under in this one. I also have St. Louis first 5 and full game money line. And then I have the LA Angels first 5 plus the 160. I have Toronto first 5 run line minus 160. The Dodgers first 5 and full game run lines minus 110 for the first 5 plus 132 for the full game. And looking at for college football, I have the over in Kansas, or not, the team total over for Coastal Carolina. I have UTEP plus the 25 points, and I have the under in that Boise State game as well. There is no UFC tomorrow. The next UFC card will be next Saturday on the 18th with Ryan Spann and Anthony Smith.
Cool. All right, but that should wrap us up for today. Anything else you got to say, Nick, before we wrap it up?
Nope.
Sounds good. Go ahead and finish it on out.
Yeah, that's going to just about wrap it up for this show. We want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. But that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. My name is Nicholas Earle, joined here by my brother Tim, and this has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys, and good luck.
One more comment. Okay. Thanks, Sammy. See ya.